Hello everyone, my name is Chantal Jenkins and I have created a guide to help elementary school teachers with WebQuests and getting started with using them in the classroom. In this presentation, I will be discussing what a WebQuest is and how to implement it in your classroom. First of all, I'm going to start off explaining what a WebQuest is. A WebQuest is an inquiry-oriented lesson format in which most or all of the information that learners work with comes from the web. A WebQuest should include 6 components, which are the introduction, the task, the process, evaluation, conclusion, and also a section for early finishers. These are the components that I would include, but according to the reference that I have below by Linda Starr, she says that it should include the introduction, the task, the process, resources, evaluation, and conclusion. And also keep in mind when you are creating web quests of your own, you have to tailor it to the needs of your class and what the students in your class need. In the next section, I have included details about each component of a web quest. Here I have the introduction. The introduction is an overview of what is coming in the web quest. In the introduction, you will explain to students what they will be doing in the web quest. Keep in mind that it should grab the learner's attention and make them want to continue the web quest and also make them want to learn more. Next, we have the task. In the task section, it should describe to students what the end result will be. You should differentiate the instruction so that students have a choice in what type of product they create to show their mastery. When students are doing this virtual web quest, keep in mind that you make it exclusive. What do you want them to do to show their mastery of the content? Next, we have the process. And in this section, it should include detailed instructions on what to do and where to go to find information to complete the task. You also direct students to links, video, media, art, maps, timelines, and whatever else they may need to help them learn the content to complete the task. Include any organizers and checklists that students may need to help them as they take notes from the various sources. Remember to differentiate the content also in a way that the ability levels are supported and challenged at the same time. Make it as organized and as functional for the students as you can. Okay, next we have the evaluation section. This section should describe to the students how they will be evaluated. Include all grading measures such as rubrics and checklists or whatever type of grading measure that you may use for your students. Students need to understand how they will be assessed and how they will be graded. So make it as clear as possible and also make it attainable for your students. Okay, next we have the conclusion. In the conclusion section, it should be a summary of what the students will have accomplished or learned by completing the activity or lesson. You can include some questions or additional links to encourage them to extend their thinking into other content beyond the lesson in the web quest. The conclusion basically brings closure to the web quest. It should help the students to review their learning. It should provide them an opportunity for reflection, also review, rethinking, and also ideas for future learning. Next, we have early finishers. In this section, you can include an activity, game, or something else for the students to indulge in if they finish the web quest early. Make sure that the instructions are included for whatever you may have the early finishers doing, and make sure that they clearly understand what they need to be doing. Okay, next we have a link to a video that can help you to understand what a web quest looks like in action and what students think of it. This is a video made by someone named Karen Mensing, and you can view the video at your leisure, but to me, this was a great video to help me see what a web quest actually looks like in the classroom. Okay, next we have real life connections to WebQuest. With the use of WebQuest in the classroom, you can infuse technology into the classroom and the curriculum. Match your students' needs to the curriculum, provide safe surfing for your students, use different instructional strategies to increase motivation, promote collaborative learning amongst students, have students use hot skills, which are higher order thinking skills, encourage students to explore new ideas, and a variety of ways to present these ideas. And keep in mind that it's very important that the students are having fun while they're also still learning. You can find more reasons to use WebQuests and why they're beneficial to learners from the reference that I have below. Next, we have the person responsible for WebQuests. Thanks to Dr. Bernie Dodge, which is a professor of educational technology at San Diego State University, he describes how he invented the WebQuest, why they're so useful for students and teachers, and how to go about creating your own WebQuest. And here I have another link to a video that I have referenced below about why Bernie Dodge created WebQuest and how he did it. And this video is kind of old, but it has some great points in it, and you can also view that at your leisure. Okay, next, you all are probably wondering how you can find WebQuests that have already been created. So I made your job a little easier with these two websites that I have referenced here. Um, these are websites that are up and running and ready to go that you can use to help you with finding web quests for your students. And what I would suggest before using the web quests that you find on these websites, check them beforehand for broken links. And only thing I want to say is happy hunting for web quests to use with your students when searching these websites. And these are all of the references that I have used to create this presentation for my fellow elementary school teachers.